Hello and welcome, and a warning that this video may not be for the faint-hearted. People are often interested in the macabre and the morbid. You only have to look at the popularity of The Nightmare Before Christmas or The Addams Family to think macabre and morbid toy lines might sell well. In this day and age, you can find something to suit any taste. Take these hauntingly beautiful art pieces from artist Mari Shizumu, or you might like this as a stuffed toy or pillow in the bedroom or on the lounge. If this sort of thing on the mantelpiece makes you happy, then let's look together at some macabre and morbid toys that are available to buy today and through history. In the 80s, adoptable Cabbage Patch Kids were all the rage, and their counterpart Garbage Pail Kids collector cards, created by Topps Chewing Gum Inc., gained a following with kids loving these characters who oozed bodily fluids, had removable parts, or were in different states of decay. In 1986, the makers of Cabbage Patch Kids sued Topps Chewing Gum Inc. for copyright infringement, and the courts agreed. However, Topps came to an agreement with the Cabbage Patch Kid creators, changed the logo and the look of their Garbage Pail Kids, and were allowed to continue. The craze wound down in the late 80s, but it looks like Garbage Pail Kids are popular once more, with collector cards, figurines, plush toys, and comic books. Erwin, the Little Patient, is a plush toy that takes playing doctor to a whole new level. Us older folks thought it was pretty weird pulling spanners, buckets and butterflies out of a patient in the board game Operation. Well, today's kids can pull out all the real internal organs out of Erwin, stuff them back in and zip him back together again. If you've got a kid who likes the organs on the outside, enjoys the blood and guts, but doesn't want the educational element, then these roadkill plush toys might be just what you're looking for. They come with their own body bags, toe tag explaining how they were killed, and many of them feature the tire marks across their back. Movies and TV shows will often release a line of dolls, so you can get yourself a Chucky doll, or the Freddy Krueger doll, or even Breaking Bad doll, complete with toy chemicals. And The Walking Dead has a line of toy figures, one of which includes a smashed-in head for the real zombie experience at playtime. A more kid-friendly line of macabre toys is the Monster High fashion dolls. Launched in 2010 and relaunched again in 2020, the idea being that these were the children of characters inspired by monster movies and folklore. The fashion dolls were launched first, with TV shows and other merchandise following the dolls' success. Living Dead dolls came out in 1998 and have developed a bit of a cult following. They come in coffin-shaped boxes with death certificates and claim to be the longest-running line of horror dolls. Some of the dolls are based on real people, such as Jack the Ripper or Lizzie Borden, with later characters based on popular TV and movie characters. I mentioned The Addams Family, and with the TV show Wednesday coming out in 2022, there is a line of ash-faced Wednesday dolls, with the disembodied hand called Thing also popular. The Living Dead doll version of Wednesday dancing is something I would definitely want in my collection. Wednesday is not the first sad-looking doll to hit the shelves. Back in the 60s, there was Little Miss No Name. Little Miss No Name was an orphan who came with just the rag dress she was wearing and big sad eyes and a hungry hand reaching out for someone to love her. In the Victorian era, dolls weren't just for tea parties, making dresses and pretending to care for an infant. Along with these traditionally female roles, it was quite common for a woman to have to host a funeral, generally held in the home, and so a little girl's doll was also for practicing this occasion. Funeral dolls came with a black mourning dress and a coffin, so a child could put on a doll's funeral in much the same way they might put on a doll's tea party. Not so much a toy, but mourning dolls were also a thing of the Victorian era. If a child passed away, the family might have a doll made in the child's likeness and use real human hair from the child on the doll. These were sometimes buried with the body or kept in the family as a way of remembering their loved one. Young children dying is awful and terribly sad, but there is nothing more morbid than people trying to make money off it, as was the case with the Kaylee Sunshine doll. Bought out after the much publicised death of 2-year-old Kaylee Anthony, with the manufacturer saying that it was to raise awareness and funds for victims of abuse. The family and a good number of the public complained, and the doll was never released. We've looked at some morbid and macabre dolls and toys, and everyone will have their own line in the sand as to what is a curious collectible and what is just bad taste. So I'm curious where you all sit with the sinking Titanic blow-up water slide. This slide lets your kids experience the downing of the great ship over and over in their own backyard. And lastly in my list of macabre and morbid toys is this little guy. A great gift for anyone you want to traumatise in your life, from babies to grandmothers.
Where are you? Peekaboo, I see you.
I hope you enjoyed this look at macabre and morbid toys. Thanks so much for watching. Please give this video a like and let me know what you think in the comments, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.